Okay, so it's 10 p.m. sharp, a very good evening, and welcome to all of you for this evening's team call. I see many of you dialing in right now, and there's a lot also getting onto the call. A big hello to all of you from Asia, and we've got some international friends who is dialing in tonight as well. So welcome to tonight's team call. If you have got members and friends who have yet to dial in and if they need a reminder, please drop them a text right now and get them on the call right away, because we're going to start the exciting call really soon. So let me just share screen and start with some announcement before I introduce to you our guest speaker for this evening. Okay. All right, so this team call happens on every Monday night at 10 p.m. It's 30 minutes of social proof where you get to see amazing and hear from amazing leaders from the team and from WorldVentures across the globe, where they will share about their experience, about the business, about the travel. So if you're new on board, this is a perfect call for you to get on to learn more and to understand more about this platform. Now, we also have our resources website. That's www.onebigteaminternational.com, where you can get lots of videos, information, things that will help you to get started in this business. And if you're new and you're not been added on to the team Facebook group, do get your leaders or your sponsor to get you on this closed group so that you will be posted and kept updated, on new members that come on board, and especially information or updates, that are posted on this Facebook chat. Also, subscribe to One Big Team TV YouTube channel where you get the latest videos. Download your Dream Trip app. It's available on iOS as well as Android. So once again, if you are a brand new member and you have not downloaded this app, it's important that you do so, because that's where you can start browsing and start shopping for all your trips that's available. You can get connected with members, all around the globe, and as well as be involved in participating in some of the Dream Trip locals. So if you have not booked your Welcome Dream Trip within the first 90 days, please do so, because the Welcome Dream Trips are already at fantastic and amazing prices. And if you are new on board, book within the 90 days. You may not have to travel within this 90 days, but just book on it, because you get an even better price, than what you already see for your Welcome Dream Trip. Also, your calls, all our calls and our webinars are recorded and they are archived in onebigteaminternational.com website. So let me introduce to you our guest speaker for this evening, and we have double IMD Soojay from South Africa. Okay, Soojay is our first IMD in Africa, his first double IMD in Africa, he's a first knighted trainer in Africa, and not just that, he's the #1 income earner in Africa. So I know you guys are terribly excited, just like I am, to have him on the call. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome our amazing guest speaker for this evening, Mr. Soojay Devraj. Hi, Soojay.
Hi, Dennis. So excited to be on the call. Hi, everybody around the world.
Hi. Okay, can hear you loud and clear. Well, tonight is really going to be exciting. What a privilege it is for us to have you on our team call tonight. Now, we have many people all across Asia that's tuning in now. And I know that we've got some friends from South Africa that's dialing in too. Is that right, Soojay?
That's correct.
So warm welcome to all of you. Hello and greetings from Singapore. It's our privilege to really have your amazing leader from Africa sharing with us this evening. And so many of us in Singapore here and around Asia can't wait, to welcome you to Singapore in just a couple of weeks' time. So for some of us tuning in right now, and if you're not sure what I'm referring to or what I'm talking about, stay tuned on the call, because I'm going to give you more details on this right after the call. Okay, so we've only got 30 minutes, Soojay, and we've got lots to cover, so much for you to share. So let's just get right in, shall we?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Okay, so for all that you have achieved in WorldVentures for the last 8 years, you're truly a legend. So while many may know you for your success today in WorldVentures, can you share with us how you got started in the network marketing business and how you joined WorldVentures?
Well, it started a long time ago, back when I was 18 years old. I wanted to get rich, and asked my father, how do I get rich? And he said, go get a good education, to get a good job, and the job will look after you and your family. And many of us have been told that by our parents. And and while I was studying for my different degrees, eventually ending up with my MBA degree, I became a very highly stressed out corporate executive, working long hours, no lifestyle. And I was very unhappy and dissatisfied. I felt there was more to life than that, working a 9 to 5 job. And then I received a letter in the mail. And by the way, it just tells you how long ago, letter in the mail. If you don't get letters in the mail nowadays. So a letter in the mail talking about time freedom, sitting on the beach, passive income. I was very intrigued about this. How do you make money sitting on the beach and having a beach lifestyle? Because my background is I'm a surf lifesaver. I always like helping people. And I wanted that beach lifestyle, but also wanted to earn a good income. So long story short, I inquired by this letter for more information, and I was invited to a hotel presentation. And when I walked in, the person never told me which hotel room number it was. So I don't know which hotel room to go into. So I was going from hotel room to hotel room, and then I hear a huge amount of noise in one of the hotel rooms. People were clapping. They looked like they were dancing, and I was just very curious. I walked in there, and then as I walked in, I looked around, and I saw a guy on the stage, a white guy, he had gray hair, and I thought it was a senior citizen club that it was playing bingo or something like that. And I turned around to walk away, and then next minute the music died, and the guy on the stage said, "For things to change, you have to change." And I turned around and I was wondering, was he talking to me? And then he said, "For things to get better, you have to get better." So I said, "Oh, wait, this guy's talking like wisdom. So let me just sit down here for a couple of minutes and just find out what does this person know?" Because he sounded like a very wise person and a very successful person from the way he dressed. And long story short, that person was none other than one of the world's most famous personal development coaches called Jim Rohn. So my experience of network marketing was brought in by Jim Rohn himself.
The guru himself.
Exactly. So it tells you how long I've been involved in personal development. So from there, I went into, I didn't care what the company was as long as I wanted my association with Jim Rohn. And that company was a nutritional company, and I became a top income earner in that company, selling health and nutrition products, and all the time receiving amazing personal development by Jim Rohn. So after that situation with the health and nutrition company, I had a very bad incident when my father had died, and I was very close to my father, and I had a big team, and my team had done about 100,000 in sales, and I earned zero from the month because I personally didn't do any sales myself. And that got me very angry about the fact that, you know what, you spent 10 years, in that case, I spent 12 years in that company building a huge organization, and just because of life happening, and life can happen for any one of us on this call, because it can happen to anybody. And I wasn't able to earn an income that I spent over a decade building up. And I said, I need to find something where if I work very hard and I want to decide to tap off, I must be able to enjoy my life and still earn that money. And that put me into a path of seeking. As the Bible says, seek and I shall find. And I first went into a travel company, and this travel company showed me how you can make a huge amount of money very fast. I made, in 4 weeks, what I earned was about $8,000, which 12 years of the health and nutrition company I never even come close to. So that blew me away. So I became the #1 income earner in that travel company. Unfortunately, it closed down after a year. And after that first experience of it closing down, I said, now I want to find something where you work hard, walk away, still receive the money, but I want the company to still be staying in business. So that took me to another company called Success University. And in that company, Success University, once again, I became the #1 income earner. So I became the #1 income earner in 3 separate network marketing companies. And these are the principles that I'll be teaching in Singapore, exactly what makes me the #1 income earner, no matter what company it is in the African continent. Now my eyes are obviously set for global domination. So long story short, from Success University, which is an online personal development company, I then went, it was introduced to Matt Morris, who was the owner of the company, and I became his #1 income earner in that company for Africa. And Matt decided to sell the company to WorldVentures, and that's how I ended up in WorldVentures.
Wow. Okay, Soojay, before we carry on, we've got some feedback over here. So some of the people on the call can't really hear you very clearly. So maybe you can adjust. Is there a mic that you're using on your headset? Do you have a mic, or you're just using from the computer?
Just from the computer, but there's a mic on my headset, so I just adjusted the volume. Hopefully they can hear me a lot more clearer now.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So again, like I said, we all, people who know you will see that, oh, you've gotten all successful, double IMD, but as you share, the journey started as far back as like 20 years ago with so much personal development, time and money invested in growing yourself to reach where you are today. And I'm glad you shared that, because that's such an important factor for us to take note, especially when we build this business, that it's not something that happens overnight, but it's a lot of investment on yourself. So sorry, go ahead, please.
I just want to share with the audience that anything good takes time.
Yes, exactly. So let's break it down further, all right? They say that success leaves clues. So everyone, including myself, wants to pick up all the tips and nuggets and clues tonight. So let us into your mind, Soojay. What occupies your mind most of the time now?
All right. So right now, I only focus on helping my team to succeed faster. So I'm constantly thinking, what can I do and what systems can I put into place that will allow a brand new person to get to the top in the fastest period of time without going through all the pains and mistakes that I had already made previously. So that's on the one hand. On the other hand, also focus on results. So I'm always thinking about how can I improve. So I firmly believe in the Kaizen philosophy of constant and never-ending improvement. So whatever I do, I always think about how can I be the best? How can I improve? How can I get faster, smarter, sharper? So I'm always focused on improving. I have quite a creative imagination, I must tell you. So my standards are very high, much higher than most normal people, which you'll hear a little bit later in the call.
Okay, so it's so humbling to know that with the results that you have right now, being double IMD, yet the things that go through your mind every day, it's how can I get better? How can I get better? So there's absolutely no excuse for any one of us out there to think that we have been there, done that, and stop improving ourselves or attend any trainings, or even be at any live presentations. So thanks for setting the pace. Thanks for reminding us, that should be constantly at the top of our mind. So let's talk a little bit more about habits. Okay, what about habits? Do you believe that habits determine our future, and why?
In fact, habit is the only thing everyone should focus on in their life and nothing else. Because it's your habit that determines your results. There's only two things that's happening every single day in everyone's life. You either have good habits, which produces good results, or you have bad habits that produces bad results. There's no in between. So for myself, I count every hour what have I achieved. Every hour, not every day. If I haven't achieved something in 1 hour, then that was a waste of that 1 hour. I don't mind people wasting my money, but I do firmly and aggressively and brutally object when people waste my time, because I can always make money, but I can't make time.
Now you kind of make me to recall, for before we did this interview, the call that I have with you. Have I been wasting your time? And I'm glad we went right on dot. We went straight to the point. And that's amazing, right? I mean, yes, we hear about people saying that you have to schedule your appointments, make sure you make good use of your time, but you are as strict as, being accountable for every hour of the day, right? So that's definitely something that we can all take away.
You never get that time back. Just understand that. After 1 hour, look at your watch and look, when 1 hour goes by, ask yourself, did you get smarter? Did you get sharper? Did you get more intelligent? Did you get more wiser? Did you get more healthier? Did you make more money? If you didn't do any of that stuff, then you just wasted 1 hour.
Wow. And could you give us a little bit of insight, like what is your typical day like, when you talk about being accountable for every hour, how's your schedule like, what's a typical day like for you now?
And just understand it changes all the time. And when you start off in this business, you have a need of wanting money. That was my 24/7 focus when I first started. 8 years ago, I was completely broke. I had no money. I couldn't even afford my children's school fees. I couldn't even afford a loaf of bread. We were walking in the street looking for 5-cent coins to make $1 for a loaf of bread. It was really bad, and that's the reason why you might ask yourself, why is Soojay still working after double IMD? It's because Soojay wants to make sure that that doesn't happen to him again. So the point I'm making is, when you first start out 24/7, purely building the business, getting to the top as fast as possible. But once you reach the top, your goals change, and this is all to do with goal setting. So you must ask yourself this very important question. Don't get caught up in the rat race. What's a rat race? You have a 9-to-5 job. Your boss tells you what to do, where to go, when to take lunch, when to see the kids. And if you're going home, your partner's going to tell you what to buy. Someone's always telling you something, what to do. And you get so busy following instructions by everyone, you never ever take the time, and which is what I'm suggesting, you take the time off to actually ask yourself, what do you want? And one of the habits, like you say, what occupies Soojay's mind is, Soojay spends a lot of time with himself. And Socrates says this very well 5,000 years ago: an unexamined life is not worth living. So you're going to ask yourself on a daily basis, and this is something that Jim Rohn taught me. He said, Soojay, you know what, after a week, you must play the tape back in your head and ask yourself, what could you have improved? And when he says play a tape after 1 week, I actually do it after 1 day. So I actually hold myself accountable to much higher standards. So ask yourself, what is it do you want? Because many people are just going through the motion of what they want, that society says that what you should have as an adult or as a parent, or what should your responsibilities. One of the things I've lost complete respect for is society. When I was broke and I had no money for food, society didn't put bread on my table. So now I don't care about what anyone says of me, feels of me, thinks of me, says of me. Not interested. It's all about how big my bank balance grows, because that's my financial fortress, because it gives me the protection for my family and gives me the dream life that I want. So ask yourself, what is it do you want? I mean, we're in a situation right now, my wife and I, we're very grateful to be in this position where now we've achieved all our life goals, and now we're thinking, what else do we need to do in our life? We got our super house, we got our super car, our super life. What else is there? So we're going through that motion, and if you don't have goals, you never achieve anything in life. So that's a big one for you to take note of, is write down what are your goals, and don't make unrealistic goal. I want to buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. Start off with a small goal. What do I want to buy my children at the end of the month? With the toy, if it's a dress, if take them out for the movies, dinner. Start with a small one, and then go for the bigger ones, go and take them on a holiday. And then what is your business goals? When you want to become a senior director, if you don't write down the goals, and here's $1 million tip from myself. I'm a high achiever and achieve all my goals from the age of 18. I mean, just to give you a taste of how high achiever. Before I was 20, I bought my first house. I had asked my father to come co-sign me buying the house as being a minor. By the age of 25, I was an MBA graduate. By the age of 30, I had already bought my Porsche 911 Turbo, my first supercar. So, and I went on retirement at the age of 35. So, just to let you know, every single step and achievement that I've done and accomplished was based on the fact that I wrote down the goal. Nothing ever happens in life without you putting it down in writing. And that applies to marriage. You can't get married without putting in writing. You can't get divorced without putting in writing. You can't buy a house without putting in writing. You can't even buy a car without putting in writing. Whatever you put in writing happens. So put in writing, what do you want?
It's so clear, you know, Soojay, as you share that whatever you have achieved today, nothing is incidental, you know, you know, it's so intentional that everything you do, the fact that you are such a high achiever because you intentionally pave, you know, every step of the way. And, you know, I can see as you share how strict you are with not just your time that you spend, but how strict you are with your thinking, you know, what goes through your mind, you know, what thoughts you put in your mind. And, you know, that's just, you know, something that everyone have to emulate, you know. So as we talk about that, like how you're so strict with your thoughts, with your time, you know, how can we develop good self-discipline? Because clearly these are self-discipline, you know, that's needed to be successful. So how can we develop good self-discipline in order for us to succeed in our business and in life? Can you list it for us, Soojay?
Okay, so here's a couple of examples if you want to take away from this call. The first thing I would suggest you do is you'll never succeed or be happy in life without God. Just understand you never created yourself. It wasn't your mommy or your daddy created you either. We have a creator. And number one, pray. Pray is number one. Every day at a specific time. Because people are so careless and reckless about their time, they don't even do that properly. So what I'm suggesting is choose a specific time every single day that you can allocate with a relationship between you and God and pray. And once you get good at it, you can do it twice a day, morning and night. In my case, I do it morning, midday, and evening, 3 times a day. Every day, not some days. Number 2, set goals. Like I mentioned just now, put it down in writing. What are your goals? Put short-term goals, put medium-term goals, and put long-term goals. You don't have to clutter your page. Just put 2 goals for each one. 2 short-term goals, 2 medium-term, 2 long-term. As you achieve each goal, just strike it off and replace it with another goal. And that's how you end up with a massive list at the end after 10 years. A lot of people overestimate what they can achieve after 12 months. Overestimate, but they underestimate what you can achieve in 10 years. Just beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is to make a commitment. Now this is very critical. You can never succeed in life without commitment. It's common sense. Most marriages break up and divorce because there's no commitment by one of the partners. In fact, everything that doesn't work, and here's a life lesson for everyone. This is my personal philosophy. I firmly believe that all problems between people are caused by 99% of all problems is because of a communication breakdown. There's no commitment. So number 3, commit to attending every single training in your country. It's compulsory, it's a must, it's non-negotiable. It's like wanting to go to becoming a doctor, but saying, you know, I don't feel like going to medical school this month. That doesn't work that way. No matter how you feel, you have to be at every single training event. You can't succeed in a business without attending training. When I was broke and I joined WorldVentures, I made that commitment. You know what? My commitment is to attend every single training event. I can't afford to fly overseas just yet, but I will make a commitment. And there were times that I never even paid for my house mortgage payment and use that money to pay for my WorldVentures training. My thought pattern was, you know what, I'll pay another mortgage payment, the next month I'm due for another mortgage payment, but if I go for training, I'll make more money. And I could eventually get the house for free once I reach the top. So that was my commitment. And I attended every single training event. I said, I'll listen to these people who have the money and the lifestyle that I want, do what they say, and I'll have what they have. And that's exactly what happened to me. And that's how I hit the top within 3 years. And also make a commitment of attending a dream trip every 3 months. Because you cannot sell what you yourself have not used. That's critical. Number 4, take massive action. What massive action am I talking about? You need to, your job is to sign up 6 personals every month. Not some month, every month. So if you are the lower ranks, if you're not an IMD, start all the way from IMD. Your job is to sign up 6 personals every month, work with your team, but when it comes to the next month, your job is to sign up another 6 personals, and you do that every single month until you sign up 60 personals in total, which is the average number that you need for IMD.
Okay.
And just understand, work with your team, and this is a mistake that I notice a lot of WorldVenture members make. They start a team and they stay with the team and work with the team, and they don't do personals. So I'm making it clear. 6 personals every month until you got 60 personals in total.
Got it. 6, loud and clear.
Great. Great.
Okay, so pray, set goals, make commitment to go for every training in your country, take massive action, and very specifically 6 personals every month. And that's exactly how you got to becoming the top income earner in Africa.
That's correct.
Thanks, Soojay. And I just, I can't help but to want to ask, of all that you've listed here, you put praying as number 1. And, in where we live right now, people are always careful in sharing things that are politically correct. And I can't help but to want to find out from you and ask of you, why is praying at the top of the list? Are you not afraid as being told that, oh, that's not politically correct? What goes through your mind, when you talk about praying?
But just understand, I was born as an atheist.
An atheist?
That's correct.
Okay.
I couldn't care less about Christians, Jews, Muslims, not interested. I believe black is black, white is white. I believe in scientific results and basis. That's how I was born and brought up. I persecuted the Christians. I should catch the Christian boys at school. I should slap them around their face, say, where's your God now? Who's going to protect you? And that's what I did. And until one day God put me on my knees when my wife almost died giving birth to my second daughter. And she was in a coma for 7 days and lifeless. My second daughter had an umbilical cord wrapped around her neck. The doctor said she might not become normal. Should have brain damage. And all the professors, it was a medical research hospital, all the specialists were there. And I asked the head of the medical staff, okay, will she be okay? And they said they don't know. I said, well, you guys are the specialists, you don't know. Then who knows? And that's when he said, God knows. I said, okay, so where do I find him? So I didn't know who God is or what God is. And I went searching. I went to all the ashrams, the temples, the mosques, the synagogues, looking for God. And eventually, out of desperation, I bow down and kneel and confess, you know what, if there's a God up there, I got 2 conditions. If you bring back my wife to me and change my life financially, when you say jump, I'll say how high. And a voice came in my head, if you are faithful to me, I'll be faithful to you. The next day my wife got up. I'm now a double IMD, about to become a $1 million ring earner. So I don't care what people say, think. I did not believe in God. I'm not pushing my faith. I'm just letting you know, if that works, so be it. You're going to try it, great. Don't try it too bad. That's my attitude.
And then after that, that was a point where things turned around for you.
Completely. It was a complete change. All of a suddenly going to church for months. When I do something, I don't do it half-heartedly. I don't do it with doubt in my mind. It's with me all the way, 100% or none. And so I did it properly, going to the Christian faith, going to church. I remember I never did the business in the health and nutrition, and I made the most amount of money in that month while I was studying the Bible. So it was like unbelievable. So there were so much miracles that took place that can only be regarded as miraculous. And then one of the network marketing companies I was in, I said, our business can go so much more faster if I had a DVD. And I didn't know how to make a DVD. And next minute I get a knock on the door and someone says, okay, we can make a DVD for you. I said, what? I never even asked for it. It was like shock. I don't know. So I can tell you there's so much testimonies of God's presence in my life and God's power. So I'm being blunt and blatant. I'm not going to apologize about it. God works for me. I'm very happy about it. So one thing I've learned is to be obedient. Whatever happens in the Bible definitely works because I've applied it. I've tested, tried it. It works 100%. So why should I be shy about it? If someone else say, hey, you know what, Soojay, go try this religion, and next day you'll be a billionaire. Hey, I'll go for it. But until then, nobody has done that, and nobody has achieved that. And Jesus works for me. Very happy about it, and that's all there is to it.
Thanks, Soojay. That's an amazing and very, very powerful testimony. I appreciate you for sharing from your heart on that. But let's move on, okay? See, we are so blessed right here to have a great system in WorldVentures that take us through every milestone of achievement in our business. But in your many years of experience, can you share with us what do people commonly do wrong that almost sabotages their own success, and how can we work smarter?
Well, number one, what we mentioned about earlier about your mindset. The only thing that makes you successful in this business is your mindset and nothing else. So how people sabotage themselves in this business is when they allow doubt to enter their mind. I don't allow doubt to enter my mind. If you have a doubt, then I'd rather you that you find the truth, because it's only the truth that shall set you free and nothing else. So if you have a doubt on something, go and address it head on, face it. Have the courage to address whatever you're scared of, whatever you are doubtful of, because once you have zero doubt and 100% confidence, there's nothing that can stop you. So you need to be very disciplined about what thoughts go through your mind. If you're thinking about, oh, my team should grow faster, my team is not producing, my team is not working, the more you think about it, the more you get out of it. That's how it works. Whatever you focus on expands. So be very careful about what thoughts go through your mind. And yes, sometimes you have no control of thoughts. They just come into your mind. So when it does come into your mind, your job as a responsible, high achiever, results-driven person is to give that disempowering thought one kick out. Don't tolerate for 1 second. So all thoughts in your mind should be empowering, should be uplifting, should be productive. Any other destructive, uncertain thoughts, depressive thoughts that take you down, give it one kick out. And sometimes people are not strong enough to take control of their mind, and this is my philosophy. If you don't control your mind will control you. That's just the way it works. So if you don't have control, if you don't have the courage, you don't have that discipline, then you need a tool that will help you to have positive thoughts that make you feel good. You see, it's only when you're feeling good can you attract people to yourself. So I say, identify at least 2 or 3 things, environments that you can be in whenever you're feeling down, that you in that environment, it picks you up again. One of those examples for me is going to the movies. I love going to the movies. It makes me feel so good. So I go to, that's my happy place. So I go to the movies, I feel happy afterwards, and I'm very happy to go and work. When I go have a massage, I feel very happy afterwards, I'm happy to go to work. I love eating out, having good food. Afterwards, I'm very productive. So just identify what are your happy places, should I say.
All right, so definitely, Soojay, when you come to Singapore, we're going to take you to the movie. We're going to send you for a good massage, and we're going to bring you to nice places to eat. All right, that's a deal.
Thank you.
So what I'm
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. So what I'm hearing from you is that the mind is such a powerful thing, right? It's almost like a double-edged sword. So it either works for you, or it can completely work against you and sabotage your success every step of the way.
That's correct, 100%. Just understand the book by Napoleon Hill is Think and Grow Rich. It's not grow rich and then start thinking. It's your thoughts. It's your thoughts that determine your results and nothing else. So be very careful about your thoughts. Guard your thoughts. Be mindful of your thoughts. If anyone around you is introducing comments or suggestions that are depressing, that create uncertainty or unbelief, get rid of that person, because that's a toxic relationship. Relationships will either take you up or take you down. Most people will take you down.
I like that.
Be careful.
I'm definitely going to look at that book very differently now when I read the title. All right, they say that, Soojay, they say that we are the average of the 5 people that we hang out with the most in life. So who are these 5 people that you hang out with in life now?
Okay, so after having a good look, just understand the only key to success, there's only one key to success, and that's through association. It's who you associate that determines who you become. So the first person that I hang out with, my 5 people, is my daughter Jade. Jade's 13 years old. She's the blue of the house, and she introduces the fun side to my life. She's very exciting. She's always happy-go-lucky. And the Bible says, nobody shall enter the kingdom of heaven unless as a child. So if anyone on the call wants to go to heaven, guess who should be hanging around? Children. So see the eye through a child, and it'll change the way you think. So she has a fun effect on my life. Second one is my eldest daughter, Katana. Katana is a rare personality, but she has a heart of gold. She's a person, when you talk to her, you feel so good afterwards. You just want to be around her. And she's a driver in our household, and a producer as well. So she's very systematic. Ever since she was a child, she's built bridges, very organized, a lot of influence from her mother there. And my 2 daughters, Katana and Jade. Katana is now 16 years old. She's turning 17 on this coming Saturday. And when I was down and out looking for 5 cents on the floor, they came out with me. We had no money. I couldn't afford to buy games. Not once did my 2 kids ever complain and compare themselves to other children who had cell phones and games. They were just happy to have their parents with them all the time. And we just had fun together. We played together, and we dreamed together. So, one day we'll become IMDs, and I'll take you out to Disney World. And so Katana has a major effect because she's so wise beyond her years, and she guides me in terms of my activities. In fact, both my kids, Katana and Jade, has helped me do the business from the time they were 6 years old and 10 years old. But yes, and Katana has a keen eye on dressing, so she knows how to mix and match clothing. On that note, the third person to affects me a lot is my wife, Cassandra. Cassandra is my best friend, my confidant. She's been through me through thick and thin, through richer and poor, through sickness and health. She never left me once, even though I lost everything. And all 3 of them really believed in me when I had nothing. They were the only ones who stood by my side while everyone else turned their back on me. And we've experienced the ups and the downs together. We've been rich twice already. We've been poor twice already. So they know what it feels like to be a pauper and how to be a princess. And we've always stayed grounded, and that's why we have a deep respect for life and for people, because we know how easily that can change. So Cassandra, she's the one who actually dresses me up. I'm a natural yellow, so I don't pay attention to clothes, but she makes sure I'm very well dressed. And in our household, we always criticize each other, how we walk, how we speak, how we talk. So it's like being on the show Idol, where you have the judges always just checking on you, making sure you're doing everything 100% perfectly. So the standards of when you come to this household, you can walk out healthier, slimmer, sharper, sexier, more beautiful. That's just what happens in this household.
I like the part slimmer.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we're focusing on right now. So we're focusing on our shape. That's what our complete focus is on at the moment because we've achieved all our other goals. The fourth person that spend a lot of time with, like I mentioned earlier, is myself. I do a lot of time with myself, introspecting myself, asking myself, how can I get better? How can I give my wife and my children a better life? Uh, uh, why do I deserve to be in their company? So I always ask myself, you know what, my competition is out there. What can I do to make sure that nobody else takes my place? So, so I want to make sure I'm the best dad, I'm the best father, nobody can beat me. And just to give you an idea, a comment by my wife was that she wished she had a children's life, and my children said they wish they had their mother's life. So this tells you how good everyone's been very well taken care of.
Wow.
So I also spend if everyone on this call must spend at least 15 minutes, if not 30 minutes a day, but at least start with 15 minutes with themselves only. Knock everyone else out. Spend time with yourself. Visualize in your mind who is your best person. Visualize yourself. What can I do differently? How can I speak better? How can I talk better? How can I produce better? How can I look better? Ask those questions over and over, and you'll eventually become that what you are constantly focusing on. And of course, the first person and the most important person I spend a lot of time with, and that is with God. I have a deep relationship with God, and God is my end all and be all. He is my maker and my provider, and my creator. So there's nothing I do without consulting God. So I'm in His hands. I live a blessed life. I'm not lucky. I am blessed. So I'm very thankful for that. I believe in the law of sowing and reaping. I'm obedient to God's laws to the T. Often ask myself, why doesn't everyone else have a blessed life like me? And I often find myself concluding that everyone hears, but nobody listens.
Mm.
So they go to church and they hear every single thing the pastor says, but they don't apply what is preached. So in my case, because I was born an atheist and I was a non-believer, I went and applied all of God's laws just to test everything. Everything worked. I said, okay, well, if everything works, why isn't everyone else doing it? So I just do it. I get the results. I'm very happy about it.
Wow, thanks, Soojay. And by sharing, these 5 people that you hang out the most with, it really give us an insight about not just, you from the outside, but you really deep down inside. And I must say that you are such an amazing father, blessed husband. You've got wonderful family and such a great support system. So, and I must say that, of all the people that you've listed, I probably am not that surprised, but what really stood out to me was when you said to spend time with yourself, and that's something that you make it deliberate and you enjoy doing that. And I must say that that's completely new for me. Like, I didn't expect that. I think it's probably the first time I'm hearing someone say that, unashamedly, being a busy person, but saying, hey, I make time for myself. I spend time for myself. And that's how much I love spending time with myself. So that was really, I think something completely different that I took away from this.
And just remember, many of us travel around the world, and you go in the airplane, and they give you the safety instructions. And when they said when the mask drop down, who do you put the mask on first?
Yes.
Yourself.
Yes.
If you don't save yourself first, how can you save anyone else? So it's very important to save yourself first. That's the only time you can have a beautiful life. And the only way you can have a beautiful life is if you keep on examining your life. Ask yourself in your head, close your eyes and meditate and imagine what was your day like today? What's it going to be like tomorrow? What have you achieved? What can you do better? How much more happier can you make your life? You see, a lot of people don't have a happy life because they don't even know what they want. They're just going through the motions. But it's only when you actually put it down in writing and start achieving them one by one, you realize how realistic this is and how a lot of goals that you think was important is actually not important once you achieve it. Because right now, we have our super house, our super car, super lifestyle, and then we look at all our money that we've accumulated, and then we say, you know what, what's really important? It's not the material possessions which everyone wants, especially when you don't have it. It's only after you have it you realize actually it's really not that important. What's really important is how people make you feel. That's what's important. Because if you want joy in life, can you buy joy? Can you go to a supermarket to get some joy? Can you create joy in yourself? No, you can't. The only way you can get joy in life is when someone gives it to you. So that's why relationships is so important. Always surround yourself with people who make you feel good. When you around people who make you feel good, you will have a rich life.
Thank you, Soojay. Well, I hate to come to this point, but we're running so far out of time. But I just want to ask you one last question so that we can really end this on a high. Can you share with us what has been your most rewarding accomplishment thus far in life?
Very excited. When I started the quest to making money was when I was 18 years old. There were two things that I was always after, and that was time freedom and financial freedom. I never got it. No matter what I did, I tried opening clothing factories. Clothing factory made the money, but I had no time. Then I owned other businesses where I had all the time, but I had no money. So after 20 years of trial and error, I'm very happy to finally have achieved the two things that I always wanted in my life, which was time freedom and financial freedom. I now have the money to do whatever I want, with whoever I want, whenever I want. I live a very beautiful, blessed life. Today I have the good fortune of getting up after I finish sleeping.
I like that. Just when you're all done, no hurry. Take your time.
Yeah, I don't respond to the alarm clock anymore. I get up the way God designed it. When your eyes open up, that's the time you should get up. You should not be in part of the rat race. When I go to eat out, when we open the menu today, I read from left to right. All my life, I've always read from right to left on the menu. Always for the price of the meal first before ordering. Now I don't look at the price. Total freedom is awesome. When you have total financial freedom, all the money and all the time, you got no idea how good it is, and nobody in the sport can know how good it is until they felt that good.
Yeah. Thank you for being so candid in your sharing, like the part about the menu. Okay, so I just, Soojay, can I invite you to just stay on call for a while, okay? Because I like to talk about the RTE event, and I want to invite you back to share a little bit about what we can look forward to. So if you can just hang in there, and I'm just going to share screen, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so we're going to have our original training event coming up on the 12th of August. And for the last 50 minutes, if you've been having such a great time with Soojay, you won't want to miss this, because you're going to get like whole from 9 to 6 p.m. You're going to get Soojay, double IMD, who's going to come down to Singapore and share with us, give us all the tips, all the nuggets of how we can get successful in this business, what we need to do. He's going to really break it down for us. And together with Soojay, we also have IMD, Melanie Levitz, who's coming all the way down from the USA, another amazing, bubbly lady who's going to bring a lot of life to the event as well. So get your tickets right now, book it immediately. that's happening on the 12th of August. Okay, we do have also other RTE that's happening in Hong Kong on the 12th of August as well, where we have Dr. Wu as well as Shirley, who is coming on board to share, and in Penang on 12th of August as well. That's where our very own IMD Max Tay, who's going to be sharing. So tickets are available at $69.90 US dollar. Please go to the website and book your ticket now, so you wouldn't want to miss on that. And we also have the View from the Edge. That's another fantastic event that is by our very own Mark Assetter, our International Director of Training. He does this training every year. Okay, that is completely different. It's not a sit-down classroom format, but it's as if you're watching a theoretical performance, and he's going to act out in numerous plays, you know, portraying different characters. And as you watch that, as you immerse yourself in the scenes, you're going to have lots of time, you know, to do your reflection. Something's going to hit you hard. And that something is going to be your takeaway, because it's going to be a game changer for you, not just in your business, but also in your personal life. So if you've been seeking for a breakthrough, if you've been doing many things, but nothing seems to just quite click, you know, this is the event you cannot miss. So don't just go there by yourself, but bring your whole team along, because it's going to bring your team into another level and completely explode your business. So the VIP tickets are sold out, but please go to your leader, your sponsor, because they might be able to get the tickets for you. But we still have general tickets available. So click on to the link right now and go onto the website and book your ticket. So let me just quickly go back to Soojay. Okay, Soojay, can you share with us, all right, what can we look forward to when you come to Singapore for RTE on the 12th of August?
Okay, I'm really looking forward to coming to Singapore. I heard so much stories about it through all the different leaders, and I said, wow, I can't believe it. I'm finally going to be there, and I'm looking forward to taking pictures of the beautiful country as well. So for the people who are coming to Singapore, what you're going to expect is a really inspiring event that will make you appreciate what you have and how great you can make your life. I'll be sharing a lot of stories so you can relate to those stories. Just understand, no matter where you are in the world, we all have the same feeling. We all have the same aspirations. We all want to get ahead. And I'm going to share you with you stories about challenges. And once you hear it, you'll be a lot more grateful for your situation where you are. And a lot of people, one of my personal philosophies is, you never really appreciate anything in life until the day you lose it. It's only then you appreciate it, because everyone just takes things for granted. And more importantly, I'm going to share with you all the mistakes I made so that you don't go and make the same mistakes. You see, you don't have to make a mistake to learn from a mistake. A smart way is to learn from someone else's mistake.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I'm be sharing all those example stories, and you'll definitely be inspired. When you go home, you won't be able to stop thinking about what I've said.
Thank you so much, Soojay. So, you know, a note to all of you out there, I cannot imagine how you can miss this event, but you must go online, get the tickets right now, and especially not just for yourself, but also for your teammates. So once again, thank you so much, Soojay. I can't wait to welcome you to our warm and sunny Singapore. And as promised, we're going to have your movie for you, your massage, as well as a good makan session, a good eating session for you.
Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you. I'm truly honored to be on this call. And thank you all your listeners all over the world. I hope I've inspired you in a way to take action. But go out there, grab those tickets, and look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world.
Thank you, Soojay. Good night. All right. Bye, everyone.
Good night.
See you at the next.
Bye.
Bye.